Hello, this is Mark Cordovez. So here in NSTP, the main purpose of NSTP according to Law Phil 2002 is this as a service to render one's own country with its aim of enhancing civic consciousness and defense preparedness in the youth by developing the ethics of service and patriotism. So what this means is the idea of citizenship training is to promote a sense of belonging in teenagers and also to give them an understanding of how the country in which they live is governed and run as well as how the democracy works. And so there are various benefits or things that you will learn in the citizenship training. First is the similarity of military trainings, which we know, like ROTC, which stands for Reserve Officer Training Corps, and CAT, which stands for Citizenship, Citizen Army Training. So it is where a program where the applicants or the participants, such as high school students or college students, receive training that is very valuable and give also financial support for their education. So they learn by upholding the law and order, and they also develop strong personal traits such as self-discipline, social responsibility, readiness, confidence, and leadership throughout their training. So the importance of these military trainings is whenever that there may be an unexpected war that is going on, like citizens, like teenagers will be ready for when those days come. Second is we have community services or voluntary work. So this is where stuff like NSTP comes in, where you uphold your duty as a citizen in the community to help cleaning the streets, be organized, and help those in need, like outreach programs. Third, we have knowing your country. This is where you learn your laws, the Philippine history, the national anthems like Lupang Hinirang, and the oaths like the Pledge of Allegiance to the Philippine flag. And lastly, we have commitment to personal responsibility for the welfare of others, of ourselves and others. So the three above may also relate to this as they make us ready to have the sense of responsibility as being a civilized person and have the sense to help those in need. So the NSTP or the National Training Service Training Program as a citizenship training scheme focuses on translating the good citizenship values as reflected in the preamble of the Constitution into concrete action in building a better Philippines, which will be explained later on by the following slides.
The 1987 Constitution of the Republic of the Philippines is also known as the Supreme Law of the Republic of the Philippines. It is often called the Freedom Constitution. It provided for three governmental powers, namely the executive, legislative, and judicial branches. Its final draft was completed by the Constitutional Commission on October 12, 1986. It was signed and made official by a nationwide vote on February 2, 1987.
The 1987 Constitution Preamble states, "We, the sovereign Filipino people, imploring the aid of Almighty God in order to build a just and humane society and establish a government that shall embody our ideals and aspirations, promote the common good, conserve and develop our patrimony, and secure to ourselves and our posterity the blessings of independence and democracy under the rule of law and a regime of truth, justice, freedom, love, equality, and peace, do ordain and promulgate this Constitution." Preamble came from the Latin word preambulus, meaning to walk before, and it serves as an introduction that gives the reader an idea of what to expect of the Constitution. It is the prologue of the Constitution, and its purpose is to promote effective industrialization and aim for a full employment of its people. All natural resources within the Philippine territory shall be owned by the state, and it's to protect the rights of indigenous cultural communities. So it is clustered into four groups focusing on the four Filipino values, which are the Makajos, the Makatao, the Makabayan, and the Makakalikasan.
Okay, so let's talk about Bill of Rights. Bill of Rights is a declaration and enumeration of a person's rights and privileges which the Constitution is designed to protect against violation by the government or by individuals. So basically, Bill of Rights is a list of our rights that protects us from abusive people, governments, and other officials. So Bill of Rights is consist of 22 sections, where under these 22 sections, our rights are stated. So in section 1, it is stated that we have the right to live, we have the right of freedom, and right of property. Number 2, right of security. Right. Number 3, right of privacy. Number 4, we have the freedom of speech. Number 5, rights to religion and belief. Number 6, right to travel. Number 7, right to access information. Number 8, right to build union. 9, right to property. Again, and at this time it talks about private property. 10, no law shall be passed that will break the contract. 11, rights to information. 12, right to remain silent. Number 13, the right to be bailed. Number 14, due process of law. No person shall be held to answer for a criminal offense without due process of law. Number 15, the privilege of writ of habeas corpus. Number 16, right to a speedy disposition of their cases before all judicial. Number 17, no person shall be compelled to be a witness against himself. Number 18, the right of religion, belief, and politics. So in this statement, guys, the person can't be jailed because of beliefs. So number 19, excessive fines shall not be imposed, nor cruel, degrading, or inhuman punishment inflicted. Number 20, no person shall be imprisoned for debt or non-payment of a tax. Number 21, no person shall be twice put in jeopardy of punishment for the same offense. Number 22, no ex post facto law or bill of attainder shall be enacted. So those are the 22 sections under the Bill of Rights, guys. So that's it, guys. Okay, tog. Bye-bye.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Jules Teves. I'm here to talk about the Makajaws cluster, which consists of 5 points, which is faith in God, respect for life, order, work, and concern for the future generations and our families. So let's talk about the first point, which is faith in God. Well, I mean, we all know that we all go through ups and downs, but then I believe that if we have faith in God, you could always draw close to God. You know, God is always there for us. He will never leave us nor forsake us. So, if brother, sister, if you are down, you can always talk to God by praying to Him. Next is respect for life. We all know that life is important and respect is important, which leads to my next point, that respect for life is also important. Okay, so let's talk about abortion. I believe abortion is very bad for me, in my opinion, because for me, abortion is like killing a person. Even though they're fetus, you're basically killing a person, because you know their organs are being formed their heart is being formed. Well, for me, I believe that abortion is bad, and you have to respect life, because who knows, that person will grow into a very successful person. So I believe that we have to respect life, even though it may not go our way, but we have to respect life. And next is order. Well, order is very important to us, because peace and order. So I believe that order is there for us to follow the orders and rules, so that there will be no chaos everywhere. So yes, order is very very important. And work. Let's talk about work. If you give fish to a man, he will live for a day. But if you will teach him fishing, he will learn and live for a lifetime. Well, I believe work is very essential to life and is very important, because you need to work to sustain in life, to pay debts, to pay your utangs and everything. So I believe that working is very important. And lastly, concern for family and future generations. Well, I believe that we should always be concerned for our family. It's hard to lose a member of a family, to lose a friend. It's very hard, and we should look out for them, and we should also look out for the future generation. We need to look at them and be there for them. We need to teach them what is Makajos Cluster all about. Thank you.
Tao. Makatao in English means humanitarian. A humanitarian is someone who seeks to promote human welfare. Filipinos are naturally kind, gentle, generous, hospitable, hardworking, obedient, and polite. This makes us excellent in portraying a good model of people with values, virtues, and integrity. Being humanitarian or makatao, there are many values to be considered. The first is love. In promoting human welfare, love is very important. We Filipinos are loving in culture, especially when talking about our hospitality towards other people. Next, we have freedom. Freedom means that we, as people, are entitled to our thoughts and ideas as well as our own rights. Next is peace. Peace is a very important approach to preventing violence and violent conflicts in our society. Next are truth and justice. Truth and justice can stand together as one, because in order to uphold and pursue justice, the truth is required and has to be clear and seen. Thank you.
Makakalikasan, in English, balance. A person who is concerned with the maintenance of ecological balance and the conservation of the environment. This value means launching an efficient and sustainable clean and green program nationwide. Furthermore, it is in every person's mission of stewardship that he or she may be more conscious of his or her actions when he or she relates with the environment. You should treat Mother Nature as your own mother and masterpiece, giving it great care and appreciating its wonder and beauty.
Makabayan culture. Makabayan in English means patriotic. Courtesy. A person deeply rooted to their Filipino culture and values is a Filipino who is courteous and embodies the Bayanihan spirit. Patriotism. Having patriotism and loyalty will lead you to become faithful to your responsibilities as a Filipino citizen. Supreme and ultimate loyalty to the country. Taking pride in the achievements of a fellow Filipino strengthens and affirms our Filipino spirits. Lastly, resilience. Resilience is surviving and fighting the toughest battles. These are the key attributes of a Filipino citizen.